Nintendo always has a knack for screwing up a good thing, and that is very unfortunate. It's like anytime they do something good like porting Pikmin 3 to the Switch, they do something sketchy like taking Pikmin 3 off the Wii U eShop. And I know they already went and put it back on the eShop claiming it was an accident, but we all know what they were really up to. Even recently with Mario 3D All-Stars, they bring us these classic titles just to slap an end date on it when they'll Thanos snap and erase everything from existence. And now, today we have another entry in the Chronicle of Nintendo being anti-consumer. After 30 long years, they're finally localizing the very first Fire Emblem game, and I am legitimately excited. Granted, I'm not a huge FE fan, with the exception of the waifu Emblem games, of course, but having games be brought over even for the sake of preservation is such an important thing. In fact, the other game that Nintendo brought back after many years is Star Fox 2, which they first had on the SNES Classic and then brought to NSO. That's one great example not only for game preservation, but also what I imagine Nintendo will do with the Fire Emblem game in the future as well. Seeing how this is a whole NES game that they're selling on the eShop for $8, I can totally see them dropping this on NSO next year. Like, it's literally already on NSO for Japan right now. You can literally make a Japanese eShop account or a Japanese Nintendo account and play the Japanese version of this game. You could have did that for a while now. So of course it makes sense that at some point they're going to put this game on NSO because, I mean, it's already there. But going back into the matter of how this game ties into the anti-consumer Chronicles, this game also has an end date just like Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Now, I'm not sure if Nintendo's getting super cocky about creating false scarcity or if they're just being transparent about their production dates, but it just rubs me the wrong way. I can see how the big $50 edition may be limited stock for obvious reasons, but even in that edition, you don't get a cartridge, it's all digital. And I'm at a point where I'm really curious what's going to happen on April 1st when all these games are just going to fade into the nothingness, because it's just so odd thinking that these games that are just digital titles that are on the eShop are just going to completely fade away and never be able to be bought again because Nintendo said so. And maybe this is just some really elaborate April Fool's joke that Nintendo's trying to pull, but if it is, it's really not funny. It's pretty sad, I gotta be honest. And the crazy thing is, I would love to see Mother 3 be the next game to get its port, but obviously with the way that things have been going, it's probably going to go the same exact way as these other titles. Well, what I really think is going to happen is that these games like 3D All-Stars, for example, have Super Mario 64. At some point, they're probably going to put the N64 on NSO and make those games available. And what will be the very first game to be on there? That's right, it will be Mario 64, and what better way to advertise for NSO than to have a game on there that you can't get anywhere else, even though you can get it like almost anywhere else? Because that's the same exact thing they did with the SNES Classic and Star Fox 2, because that was the only place you could get it until it wasn't the only place you could get it. So I can definitely see them doing the same exact thing with Mario 64 and now this FE game. But either way, the way that they're doing this is completely shady. And again, this is Nintendo I'm talking about, so their reasons could be as good as having these permanent options in the future, or it could be just as bad as making a quick buck off of fans and feeding the scalpers, which they're obviously doing so much of these days. And I love that. Sarcasm, by the way. So tell me in the comments down below what you think about the Fire Emblem localization, or don't forget to follow me on Twitter because that's also a thing. And that's all for today, so I'll see you guys in the next one.